So today we're going to be looking at the Yildiz over and under 410, designed as a sort of junior starter gun. This would be definitely for the sort of the youngest shooters that we see coming into the school. It's very difficult for us to put a specified age on when you can start shooting. You know, we have kids come in who are sort of 9 or 10 who are nearly as tall as me, but also the other way around. You've got 9 or 10-year-olds who are very, very small. So we tend to stick with size as the best sort of benchmark for whether people are ready to shoot or not.
TSC is brought to you with support from Sabati Guns from Rangerite, CCI Clays, Yildiz Guns, Ely Cartridges, Browning Guns, Bowman Traps, Breeden School, and Charles Stanley Wealth Management.
I would say 410 would be the best to start very young shooters on. From a competition point of view, I'd want to move them onto a 20 ball fairly quickly. The reason for that being there's more lead in the air and it's easier. But it's also very easy to put off younger kids by putting them onto something that's too big too quickly. Obviously, the first time you pull the trigger on a gun is telling as to whether you like it or not. And putting, a gun that's too big with silly cartridges is a really good way of putting people off. So this gun allows you to put very, very soft cartridges through a gun that is light but not too light to the point where it's going to move around too much in the shoulder. So it works very well in that respect. It's a junior size stock. The stock dimensions are quite high, so the comb is fairly high, which is good for younger children and ladies. They tend to have quite long necks, which really, really helps from a gun fit point of view. It's got an automatic safety. I think it's designed as a game gun, so it does have the automatic safety. It's also a single trigger as well, which is very useful. The top leaves is as you would expect it to be. It is a non-ejector. 26-inch barrels, which is ideal for younger shooters because it's not too long that they're sort of leaning over with it. With a typical game rib and a smaller metal bead on the end. So it's ideal for kids to learn with and also for dad to take out pheasant shooting if he wants to. It's a multi-choke gun in exactly the same way as you'd find anything else. It does come with 3 additional chokes as well so that you can use it as a sporting gun. As you'd expect with anything else, choke key is provided, 3 tubes with their cases, with fully interchangeable chokes. The forend comes off in the normal way. It's, as you would expect, a mini version of a big one. Everything is in proportion. The ribs are a nice width, the barrels are a good length. It feels like something that you would, as an adult, you would want to shoot. So in that respect, it's good for dad when he wants to pinch it. One of the very good things about this gun is that it's priced very, very sensibly. It comes in as one of the cheapest guns on the market of its in its sort of range, and because of that, it makes it an even better starter gun. The pricing is very sensible, and you get a lot of gun for the money.
So you're looking quite tempted, eh?
Yeah, I am actually. The more I look at it, the more I like it actually. So what we're going to do now is go and take it out onto the shooting ground and see how it shoots. Oh. Oh.
How's that feel?
It's very good. I mean, as you'd expect, there's very, very little recoil, but it handles just like an over and under would. I shoot that in exactly the same way that you would expect to shoot anything else. So from a shooting review point of view, it handles very well. Operation, it's very, very similar. It opens and closes in exactly the same way as you normally would. The triggers are fairly light, which is good. The trigger pulls are fairly smooth, and the safety catch comes on when you want it to come on, so perfect. Oh. Oh.
Now we're farming.
Yeah. Now we're farming. Oh. Oh. Easier than a 12. Can't hit rabbits with a 12. Oh. 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 Skipped on me. There we go. It was a very nice gun to shoot. I was expecting it to, as a light gun, I was expecting it to fly around all over the place when you shot it, but it doesn't. It holds itself very steady, especially on the sort of hanging incomer stuff that I would have expected it to jump around on, which it didn't. The balance is in the right place. It's not, it's not too barrel heavy that you would sometimes expect from cheaper guns, but maybe because of its caliber, the balance is sort of brought back into your hands nicely, which makes it a lot easier to shoot. On the rabbits, it didn't just want to fly away from the rabbits as I would have expected a light gun to do. It stayed steady, which is good. It was very easy to open, especially for a gun that's had virtually no cartridges through it. It's not sort of stiff as anything straight out of the factory as you would expect sometimes. So yeah, the stock dimensions are very sensible. Height in the cone, which is what I was talking about earlier, which is brilliant for younger people. And it's not too long or too short, so it's got something for them to grow into, as well as being a good fit from the start. So it's a very good all-round starter gun, and not a bad one for Dad to steal either. Have a lot of fun with it, I would have thought.